farmers cooperative society. Here we'll only talk about the agricultural kind of a thing. Now when it comes to producer consumer cooperative society, what is this consumer cooperative society? Why there is a disturbance in the market? Because there are few people who don't know what exactly the market is. Now here you need to know cooperative society is actually formed by voluntary association of people. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidyashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Students, now we are in the next session. A quick recall what we have done previous. We went with the merits and demerits of cooperative society, and then we also learned about features of cooperative society. In this session, I'm going to teach you the types of cooperative society. What are the types of cooperative society? How all are the cooperative society? Which all cooperative society we can join and we can actually make benefit out of it. Here you have the consumer cooperative society. The word itself says it is a cooperative society of consumer. Now the next one is the producer cooperative society. What is it? Producer cooperative society. Now the next one is the producer cooperative society, where the producers are the members, and for the welfare of the producers this cooperative society is been established. Next you have marketing cooperative society. I told you in the limitations that the inefficient management is there, right? Now that is the reason to make that has a merit. What we have done is there are few people who have actually come as the marketing cooperative society. Now what they do, they'll market the consumer as well as the producer's goods. Now this is what the marketing cooperative society actually deals with. Next we have is the farmers cooperative society. Here we'll only talk about the agricultural kind of a thing. Now when it comes to producer, there are people who goes with the genetic as well as non-genetic. Here farmers, in the sense it is all the genetic kind of a thing. Next is credit cooperative society. Now all these consumer, producer, marketing and farmer, they need credit. Now here is what the credit cooperative society is. For the loan system, these cooperative society is being formed where credit is given to the member as well as credit is given to the people who are outsiders, so that whatever the amount of interest they get, they'll actually mutually they'll make sure that it is distributed equally on the way the capital was allocated. The next one, the last one is cooperative housing society. Students, now you need to understand there are so many housing boards where it is actually established from the cooperative society. You need to know this housing society, where people they don't have house. Now these members, whoever have little money, they will actually give it to a person who really wants to build a house, and after that he will give interest to whom? To the members. That is how they actually make things. Now I'll tell you all these things in detail. Now the first one is what? Consumer cooperative society. The second one is producer cooperative society. The third is marketing cooperative society. Now you have something called CPM. What is it? CPM. And the next one is farmer cooperative society, credit, that is credit cooperative society. And the last one is cooperative housing society. So the next one is farmer credit and FCH. Please understand, these are the something called the things which you need to understand. This is the 8 marks question. What is it? It's a 8 marks question. When you get this type of a question, what you should do is first you need to write the meaning. What you should do? You should write the meaning. Now the meaning will have something like 1 marks. Now for the meaning you have something like 1 marks. Then what you should do is you need to write the types of cooperative society. You need to write all these points one by one. Now that is where you will actually get 1 marks. And then you are supposed to explain each one of them. So again, what is it? For each 1 point you will actually get those 1 marks. So totally you have 6. So you will get 6. Total it is 8 marks. Now nobody can take that 8 marks from you. This is how you are supposed to score 8 on 8 in this question. So what is the first one? The first one is what? C, then the P, then the M, right? CPM. The first one is Consumer Cooperative Society. What is this Consumer Cooperative Society? If you understand here, the consumer will actually make a society where the consumer should be benefited out of it. I had given you a very beautiful example in the session 5 and the session 6. You need to go and watch if you have not watched, and people who have watched, you will get this continuity and you will feel that, Arey, yes, I got this, and you will grasp it very, very fast. Now example, let's go with this, right? Now there are like two people who are there. Now he is a producer and he is a consumer. Now to consume any of the product, he should actually have money. Now what happens in the cooperative society? The people who are the consumer, they will not have more money, they have less money. Now they need to get money. From where will they get? They'll get the money within the circle. Now they'll go and they'll buy it from whom? From the producer. Now while going and buying from the producer, what happens is the producer will not give it to the consumer directly, because there is somebody called a middleman. Who is that? A middleman is there. Now usually what happens is the producer need to sell it to the middleman, and the middleman will actually give it to the consumer. Now only for this transaction, I have told the same kind of example in your session 5 and 6. Now understand here. Now the middleman is charging say 2 rupees or 5 rupees. Now the consumer who is there, he is being cheated by the middleman. Just the real price of the cost, say it is 8 rupees. Okay, and the consumer need to pay how much? 10 rupees. The reason is there is something called middleman. So what is that middleman doing? Middleman is not the producer, middleman is not the consumer. He's only going with the exchange and he's getting 2 rupees. Now Consumer Cooperative Society, they want to eradicate this middleman system. That is why the cooperative society has been formed by the consumers. So the Consumer Cooperative Society are formed to protect the interest of whom? Of the consumer. Now you will get to know what is the Producer Cooperative Society. It is formed for benefiting whom? The producer. Here it is benefiting whom? The consumer. On what basis is the benefitation? That is the elimination. What is it? They are eliminating the middleman. Now I just told you about 8 rupees, 10 rupees and 2 rupees. Think about this. If it is say 8 rupees was supposed to be like 80,000 and this 10 rupees was supposed to be like, we'll go with 1 lakh. Now understand what exactly here? It is 20,000. Now if that 20,000 is reduced, now understand how much the cooperative society have saved. That is the beauty of what? The society aims at eliminating the middlemen to achieve the economy in operation. I told you the limitations of economy in operation in my previous session. This is how they eliminate and they raise the economy. So this is actually only for what? The consumers. And what is their main aim? Their main aim is to eliminate whom? Eliminate the middleman, so that the consumer can directly go and talk to the producer and then take the materials or take the goods, so that he can actually use it. This is what Consumer Cooperative Society is all about. The next one is Producer Cooperative Society. Here students, the producers. Usually in India what happens is the producers, the farmers, or the people who actually manufacture it in a small scale, they actually go with something called a disturbance in the market. Why there is a disturbance in the market? Because there are few people who don't know what exactly the market is, what is the prices. Now MNC company and the other companies, they exploit these people, that is the producers. And when they exploit, what happens? I'll just tell you, I'll give you an example where a farmer is that he is producing a crop, right? He's producing a crop. When he produces a crop, what happens? He know what is the market value. Let's take an example. He knows the market value. So the market value of his crop is 30 rupees per kg. Okay, now what is the price? 30 rupees per kg is the market value. Now he usually feels that the market is giving him 30 rupees and he is enjoying it, and he is like, okay, this is really good because he has invested say 20 rupees for nourishing that particular crop. Okay, with the transportation, everything, every cost is that 20 rupees. Still he is making how much? 10 rupees has a profit. How much is the profit? The profit is say 10 rupees. Now he is happy. Now the production is like in tons together and he is very happy with it and he is living. Now meanwhile what happens? He goes and he visits, a city where he finds that the same product which he sold it for 30 rupees is been named in a different company's thing, but it is his crop which has been given to the general public for 60 rupees. Now understand, the crop which he actually produced, which he get it for 30 rupees, again profit is there, he is happy with that profit and he feels this is what the market is. Now he goes to a city and when he sees that the same company, right, the same kind of a thing where he has sold, those company are taking it and they are selling it to 60 rupees with a different brand name. Now he feels that he is being cheated. Now the question is 10 rupees profit he got, now he should keep quiet, right? But the farmers feel that if I eliminate that middleman and if I go to the real market and sell it to the consumer directly, now instead of 60, if he gets 50 rupees also, that is also good, right? But what happens is the companies are there, right? These are the companies. Now these companies will take for 30 rupees and they put their branding and labeling and all those and they sell it for 60 rupees to the consumer. Now without doing anything, only for that particular 5 rupees of branding and the 10 rupees of the labeling, what is that they are doing? They are getting more profit. Now what happens in the producer cooperative society is, again this producer cooperative society, they want to know the real market. It is not the market where they actually went with, they want to know the real market, that is the demand and supply. Please understand the way I'm telling you, the demand and supply. When they get to know the demand and supply, then what happens is these people again, they want to eliminate this middleman. They want to eliminate this middleman. Now the person who took it for 30 rupees, right, and he's selling it for 60 rupees without doing anything, right? What is that he's making? He's making a profit of nearly 30 rupees or say 25 rupees or 20 rupees. He's not doing anything, only the branding, the marketing, the labeling, all those things, and he's selling it. Now this producer cooperative society, they want to eliminate him the same way how the consumer cooperative society eliminated the middleman, so that they should know the real market, what is happening in the real situation. Now here, these societies are set up, what is it? Set up to protect the interest of small producers. Students, he is actually a small producer, right? But what these people do, they take from so many small producers, so they become bulk and then they sell it to the mass crowd, and that is how the demand is created for the same price what they have actually taken. Now 60 rupees he is selling, but the real price what he has taken is only 30 rupees. So though the farmer who sold it for 30 rupees, he got a profit of 10 rupees, but just imagine that if that middleman was not there, the farmer would have got more than the profit what he has actually got. This is even here, I'll tell you, there are many places where our peppers, right? India is very famous for the pepper. Now the pepper rate of Coorg, right, which was like in a huge demand. Now in the market what happens, there are few small producers who cannot sell it to the open market. Now they sell it to the companies or the middlemen. When they sell it to the companies or the middlemen, what happens? They get less profit. Yes, they get profit, but they get less profit. Now these middlemen, they'll actually pack it and then label it and then they sell it to the triple amount of whatever they have actually got it. Now just imagine those Kurk farmers who have actually fought so bad. Now if they registered in the cooperative society, that is the consumer as well as the producer cooperative society, they can eliminate the middleman, and then they can actually go and sell it in the real market and get more money. This is the interest for whom? The small producers. The next one is the members comprises. Who are the members here? Are they consumer or producers? The members are the producers. Producers desires procuring input for production of goods to meet the demand of consumer. Now the demand of consumer is what? This is what the demand. Now that's why they eliminate and then they meet the demand of the consumer. This is how it happens. See, now both the way you compare consumer cooperative society, producer cooperative society, if both of them they are in good terms, what happens is directly the consumer can go to the producer. That is, there is a bridge which can actually be what? Very narrowed, so that they can actually come and talk in their own terms and then they can start their business. So the next one is marketing cooperative society. So what is this marketing cooperative society? Just understand here. Now we are giving a booster to the people who are the small producers, so that the people should know what is that he is producing or what is that he is manufacturing. Now I cannot go, being in a cooperative society, right? I cannot go and I cannot advertise my product in the television or radio. Now I need to market it so that people should know that I'm the one who is manufacturing it or producing it. So these are the cooperative society who become a bridge, so that they will tell that who is doing what, and they'll help us to sell our product in a beautiful manner. Here the first one is, it is done by those society for established to help small producers. What exactly they do? They actually give us a hint that how we are supposed to sell our product. That is what they actually give. Now supposingly, say I'm in Mysore and I am manufacturing some products. Now people who are in Delhi or Mumbai, they rarely know that whether I am producing or I am existing or not, right? Now if I had more money, I would have gone and I would have paid for the marketing thing in the television. But how much it does, it goes like crores together or lakhs together. Now I don't have so much money. So what is that I'll do? I'll go with the marketing cooperative society. I'll tell them that these are my products and you are supposed to market it in a minimum kind of fees. They'll actually take that and then they'll spread it to so many people, so that the other people will actually come and they'll buy it from me. That means what? They are bridging a gap between what? Gap between the consumer and the producer, and that is how it is. Now you'll ask me a question, sir. Now a consumer is here, a producer is here. Let's go with consumer, producer. Sir, now if the marketing cooperative society is there, they are here. No sir. Now again they become a middleman. So what is the use of it? Now I'll tell you what is the use of it here. The real middleman and the agent, what happens is they go with commission, that is a greed of getting more. But when it comes to the marketing cooperative society, what usually happens is now they are doing something called a honorary service. What is it? Honorary service. And what happens is they'll only go with reasonable price. What is it? Reasonable price. It is not like the way the thing is like 30 to 60. They go with very reasonable and minimal price. Say example, a consumer is that he wants to buy something from the producer. Now he don't know from which producer he should actually buy. So marketing consumer, that is marketing cooperative society, what they do is they give him proper detail. What is it? Detail of that particular product, and then this person will get to know what exactly it is and whether it is a standard quantity or a quantity which is like minimal. Now what happens here? The producer is there. Now producer wants to produce more and more, but he'll not know how much he should produce so that the consumer will buy or not. That means he will not know whether there is a demand or there is more supply. Now again this marketing people will give him the detail that how much is the demand and the supply for his product. Now he'll get to know an establishment, that is estimated kind of a thing, that yes, this much only I need to produce and what is that consumer is looking forward. So he becomes a bridge, he fills the gap, and then the consumer will actually meet the producer through marketing. And what the marketing will get, the marketing cooperative society will get a reasonable price, not like the real middleman. The members consist of producers. The member consists of producers who wish to obtain reasonable price for their output. What is that? Reasonable price for their output. That is what happens in the marketing cooperative society. The next one we have is farmers cooperative society. The word itself says it is whose? It is the farmers. Now when it is like farmers cooperative society, what happens? It deals with what? Agricultural kind of a aspect. Now here you need to know, cooperative society is actually formed by voluntary association of people. And what is the minimum? The minimum is 10 member. What is the maximum? The maximum is, it is not written anywhere. And which is the act which governs it? 1912 is an act which governs the cooperative society. Now here what happens? The farmers are the one who are treated very badly. Now those people will actually form a cooperative society where they'll actually get real knowledge about how to improve the agricultural productivity. Understand, in many of the states, the cooperative society, what they aim is, they go with scientific technology, they go with the proper yield of crop, and then they cultivate it so that they get more profit in a year. Now there are few days back you would have seen the article that farmers are into the scientific techniques and they are implementing in their farms. Now this is through the cooperative society which is formed by the farmers. Now these societies are established. Why they are established? Established to protect the interests of farmers by providing better inputs at the reasonable cost. Now understand, there are so many farming which you people need to know, that is fisheries there, you have so many other kind of a thing where you will get to know sericulture is there. Scientifically if you use and scientifically if you manage, the cost is reduced. See, when cost is reduced, your profit is maximized. I'll give you an example here. See, whenever we calculate the cost, it is like total cost plus profit is equal to selling price. What is this? Total cost plus profit is equal to selling price. Now say example, the cost is 20 rupees and you are selling it to 25 rupees. The cost is 20 rupees and you are selling it for 25 rupees. So what is your profit? The profit is 5 rupees. Right? Now students, understand why this farmers cooperative society is being implemented. Now you cannot go with, this is one of the condition, right? This is like, let's go with A, this condition. Let me use some scientific techniques and how will I maximize my profit? I'll just teach you here. Now if you increase the selling price, nobody will buy. So you are not supposed to increase your selling price. Only when there is a more demand, you can increase your selling price. Still people will come and buy. Now say example 25 only I'll go with selling price. Okay, but I need to increase my profit. What am I supposed to do? I need to reduce the cost. What am I supposed to do? I need to reduce the cost. How will you reduce the cost? You will reduce the cost only through the technique, that is the scientific techniques. Now please understand here, these societies are established to protect the interests of farmers by providing better inputs. Now I got inputs, I was enrolled in the farmers cooperative society. Now I got to know what exactly I should do and what I shouldn't do. Now what is that I have done? I have reduced it. Say now the total cost is 15 rupees. How much is the total cost? To manufacture that is 15 rupees. So now what is my selling price? 25 rupees. So what is my profit now? 10 rupees. This is achieved through what? Farmers cooperative society, because the input was the good, that is better input at a reasonable cost. Now 20 rupees was there, now this is what? Reasonable cost. This is my reasonable cost. This is what happens in the farmers cooperative society. Next, the members comprises of farmers. Now here in farmers cooperative society, the members should be the farmers. Now nobody else can actually come who is not the farmer. They can't come, though it is voluntary. Anybody can come, anybody can go, but there is what restriction. When they say it is a farmers cooperative society, only the farmers should come, and that is how they are supposed to go. Who wish to jointly take, what is it, jointly take up farming activities. Now what exactly it is? Now the person who is not a farmer but still he wants to come and register in the farmers cooperative society, now he should jointly come and he need to go with farming. This is how they actually give the concessions. Now understand here, in India, when like 1947, when we got independence, we were almost what, we were like developing country, right? When we were like developing country, what usually happened, the backbone of Indian economy was always for the farmers, and we had the agricultural kind of a thing, that is farming. And now what has happened is, many of the corporate, they have actually taken the land and they have built huge buildings. Now where exactly the farmers are? Now this farmers cooperative society also check on whether those lands are for the farmers as a green belt or it is a yellow belt. See, all these things you should know, because you are now grown up and you should know the real cause why the rice prices are rising. Understand the students, when you have less farmers, usually what happens is the supply is less. When supply is less, automatically demand is more. Understand this, when supply is very less, what happens, demand is more, right? And supply is less. But students, take an example like this. If we wouldn't have taken the farmers land and farmers were there, right, don't you feel that this 135 crore population of India would have been like in a beautiful way? Say example like this, the farmers are there and farmers are treated very good from the government, right? So no farmer will commit suicide. See why and what happened so that the farmers started to commit suicide? It is all because one is the farmer, he lost everything, and the farmers thought that okay, he can't survive, he can't face the society. I'm telling you, this is only for the farmers, whatever it is. If you feel that the government is not helping you, if you feel that the people are not helping you, I'll tell you, nobody gonna help you, you should help yourself. Life is beautiful and you cannot take it. If you have any problem, please go register yourself in the farmers cooperative society. Yes, 1 or 2 days you will suffer, but the third day you will flourish, because I'll tell you, if you can do it, everybody can do it. I want you people to be in the #1 position in our entire India, and farmers are the real backbone of India is what I feel. And next generation, I'll tell you what it is, after all these COVID and the pandemic, people who have lost the thing, the farming is something which will actually come, so that we can be what, we can be reliable to ourselves, and then we can start our business. This is what the farmers cooperative society is. The next one is credit cooperative society. What is this credit cooperative society? The word itself says what? Credit. And all commerce students need to know what exactly credit is all about. Now, credit cooperative society are established for providing easy credit. What is it? Easy credit. Now, the people who are doing the farming, please, I'm telling you, join credit cooperative society, then you will actually get benefited, because you will have more subsidies by the government. I'll tell you, there are many farmers, even in my village, where they don't know that the government is giving subsidies. But there are many people who are in city who have registered themselves as a farmer, and then they are getting subsidies. So this is what happens in India, right? On reasonable terms to the members. Now that means what? A reasonable term is the rate of interest will be less. What is it? The rate of interest will be less, and that is how they get, so that they can actually go on with their business. The members comprises, now the member comprises of person who seeks financial help in the form of loan. So what is that credit cooperative society does? They give credit to people who really wants it. Now you may ask a question, sir, how is that they'll actually give? If somebody takes and they'll run, what will happen? Now that is the reason I told you, students, this cooperative society is actually done. There are many cases where people have taken and they are escaped, but I'll tell you what it is. In the entire life, it is something like trust is something which is more in the business. Here also the same. Cooperative society, you will start in Mysore. You will not take a member who is from Delhi. You will take a member who is a localite of Mysore only, and it is always what? Registered. So whoever will become a member, they need to actually go and they need to register. So they'll have every kind of a thing. Chuma, nobody will actually come and then they'll tell, okay, I am a person who wants to start in the credit cooperative society. Now he'll take money and then he'll escape. Nobody will give. They will only give that registration kind of a thing to people whom they know very well, and that is how they actually move. And that is all about the trust and the thing, because mutually we need to benefit, and it is one of the honorary service which those people are doing. And how is that they are surviving? They are surviving through the interest. That is, now all the members have given their capital, and now say example 2 lakh rupees is there. One of the person who wants 2 lakh rupees. Now in the bank, what happens is the interest rate is more. In the credit cooperative society, what happens is the rates are less. That is why people go, and now what happens is the 2 lakh rupees is given to that one person. The one person will actually do his business. Whatever the profit he gets, now he is supposed to return the money with interest. That interest is rotated within the cooperative society members. So that is how it is. The next one is cooperative housing society. Now understand, now we have come little more. Now we went with only producer, consumer, marketing, credit, all those. Now we went with what? How to build the house also. Cooperative society, they actually go with the building also. Now people who don't have the money to build a house, what they do is they go to this cooperative housing society, and then they actually give little amount of money, and then they sometimes they'll actually take the money back, and then they'll construct the houses. What exactly they do? Let's check. Cooperative housing societies are established to help people with limited income. Say example, I have limited income and I can't buy a house, I can't build a house, right? So what am I supposed to do? I need to go register in the cooperative housing society. I need to join there. So what is the benefit out of it? The benefit is what? They will actually help me. They'll help me to help people with limited income to construct house at a reasonable cost. Now you will feel, sir, this is cool, sir, this is really good. Now I don't have money, but I have limited resources. Now I'll join this housing board. That is, then I'll actually go with it. I'll construct the thing. But sir, to construct the house, at least I need 10 to 15 lakh or 20 lakh or 30 lakh. But I really don't have, I have only 2 lakh rupees. What am I supposed to do? Now what is that they'll do? Just understand here. The members of these societies consist of people who are desirous of procuring residential accommodation at lower cost. Now what it is, now everybody wants to build their house, everybody wants to own a house. Now what is that they do? Now you need to understand, there is something called the government. What is it? The government. Now the government will actually take care of these people. What will the government do? The government will allocate land to those people. What is the government does? The government will allocate land to them. Now when the government will allocate land to them, the rate will be what? The rate, right, will be less. Students, you need to know there is something called face value and market value. What is it? Face value and market value. Face value means the real value. What is the real actual value? Market value depends on the demand. If the demand is more, it is more. If the demand is less, it is less. Now understand, this is what happened. Now in the housing society, what happens is, say in the market value of that particular plot is say 4,000 square feet. Now the government will allocate it for 1,000 square feet. The reason is what? The government is looking after this cooperative society. That is how they get a reasonable cost to construct the houses. After that, when you registered in the housing thing, again the interest rate in the bank was also what reduced, because you are a member of that cooperative society. Now the cooperative society will actually take the money from the bank and then they'll give it to a person who really wants it. Now he will actually start constructing the house. That is how the housing society also helps the cooperative society members. This is what exactly happens in the cooperative housing society. Students, if you have any doubt about types of cooperative society, you can call us, you can message us. Again, rewatch the video and you will get to know everything in a crystal clear. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.